feel nothing. Ask me how I feel, bitch. Ay. Ends a life a bastard, tasteless, faceless, and I can't escape this. Everything is sexist, racist. I know what I said and your interpretation has no basis. Police dialogue shut down the discussion. Dissent is repressed, no sign of malfunction. Gotta stay busy, Milo always doing something. Free my mind from the grid that you plugged in.
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
Alrighty then. Hello people. Hello everybody. Welcome one and all to episode number 14 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Yes indeed, yes indeed, yes me, yes you. It's time for you to listen to me once again, week after week after week. The same bullshit, in and out. Living a groundhog's week full of groundhog days, man, you know what I'm saying? It's just nothing but the same shit. The same stupid shit. It's the same bloody crap all the time, you know what I mean? It's week in, week out, just madness and turmoil and bad things, bad juju, but there's good things as well. Life's about balance, man. You gotta always look on the bright side of life, they say. Am I right? Am I right, people? Gotta look on the bright side of life. That's why I be staring at the sun, which is where I might as well be walking. You get it, baby? Smash mouth is what I'm talking about. You gotta smash it, crack it, break those teeth. Give yourself a bloody smile, you know what I'm saying? Forget the braces, unless you got the boots on too. You're gonna go stomping down the street, go on your way to work, and you're gonna do all the things that hurt. You're gonna break your back if you keep working hard, and if you don't, then you might be a star. Yeah. You're gonna be famous one day if you keep working at it. It's just a matter of fostering that talent that you've got. It's all about fermenting, percolating. You gotta put it into a jar with some of that old saline water or something like that. Is that how you ferment stuff? I don't really know. But that's what you got to do. Put yourself inside of a jar. Put your talent into a festy shoebox. Leave it there to grow and, condense concentrated talent in its most raw, pure form. And especially if you've got in like something, a tangible, physical sort of fucking representation, a symbolic sort of box or whatever, just a talent box that you can reach into, or maybe a bag, a talent bag, like Felix the cat. Reach into your bag of talent tricks or whatever and just whip them out or whatever. You know, you got a whole assortment of things that you can do. What's your skills, bro? You know, are you developing your skills? Were you born with talent, or is it just something that you just on some side hustle sort of thing? You're a hobby talent guy. You're not someone that just spends all day working hard on your craft. No, you're someone that needs to go to work and earn some money and look after your family, and you got to do all that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you've got lots of talent, but you just don't have a lot of time to develop it. You know what I mean? That's why you need to get yourself some type of, the people always on their side hustles, on their extra, their ventures and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So people always talk about passive income. What you need to get is some passive talent generating. You know what I mean? So just put something out, like get something on standby at home, so when you come back after a hard day's work, you can look at it and be like, wow, my talent has increased by, marginally. My talent has increased marginally. I guess that's a talent in itself. I guess that's why there's talent scouts, you know what I mean? Or maybe you could be a talent scout if you think that you're so talented. Go out to all the local venues, try and hunt down someone that's got star power, mooch off of them, elevate them into star status, make them real popular, blow them up. You gotta feed their ego, baby. You gotta feed it the healthy diet of praise and massages, and you gotta keep feeding. It's like a self-enclosed feedback loop. You know what I mean? Just constantly feeding off of itself, growing stronger and stronger. It might even get so vital that you can no longer contain it. Or maybe it'd be like a hard thing to contain. You put it in one of those like pressurized vats, or like a bank safe or whatever, but like there's some kind of catastrophic failure. It either implodes or it explodes from the inside pressure, or whatever. There's going to be failure points all over that fucking thing, especially if it's modular. The more moving parts, the more likely it is to fail. Just think of it as break points, you know what I mean? And that's why this technology is obsolete, and that's why it gets recalled, and that's why you've got warranty to protect your investments. So if anything bad happens, you can just send it on back, get it replaced, as long as it's within 12 months, or if you got the extended warranty, maybe 24, 36 months type of thing, you know what I mean? If you're feeling really cautious, if you're really worried about your investments, then the best thing for you to do is go and get yourself some insurance. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being insured and having the confidence that you can go out there and do the things that you need. And if if things should go awry, if you should put right foot left and left foot right, or if someone sends the nukes, someone hits the nuclear bomb button, you know that you are covered. You have got backup. You've got protection. You are completely fortified, motherfucker. Totally secure in what you're doing. You can go out there with confidence to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? But I guess that's life, right? That's life. That's just what life is. When the nukes are coming, when the missiles are flying, when the suicide drones are coming to your border, you just got to be prepared, man. You got to dive down into that bunker. You just got to be prepared, man. Dive down into the survival bunker. You want to hope that you're one of those preppers, right? You got to be a prepper type person. Got nothing but a underground cave full of honey, which never expires, by the way. That's why you got honey. Good source of sugar, good source of energy, and you can use it to preserve things. So if you got like some meat, or I don't know, like a baby fetus or something that you need to, you want to preserve its DNA. So if everything on the surface gets wiped out, you can clone this baby and start fresh the population. You know what I mean? You might have sort of 20, 30 years ahead of it or whatever. But in 18 years time, when it's legal, you can be repopulating the earth. You know what I mean? That's why you got to steal someone else's baby. Make sure that whatever we're doing, that the genes don't cross. Don't cross like the Ghostbusters when they cross the swords, cross the streams. Don't cross the streams, and the bad shit happens. But eventually they had to cross the streams to conquer the big bad alien, big bad ghost, right? The big bad ghost. We're talking about Ghostbusters, not Alien Busters, right? And that's what it's like when you get the DNA crossed, man. If you intersect with your family, it's just going to destroy the bloodline. It's all kinds of impurities come through. Trust me, man, you do not want to do it. All right, just stay away from your sister, stay away from your auntie, and maybe just scooch on over to those cousins or whatever, or sister-in-law or whatever. That's pretty. That's a grey area, isn't it? There's plenty of videos about that type of thing that you can go and study. And then maybe you can draw your own conclusions if that's the kind of thing you want to get yourself involved in, if that's what you want to dive in head first, and that's the old sibling thing. Yeah. So I'm sipping on this beer, and we just had the weekend, bruh. Just had the weekend. Let's hear it for the weekend. 1, 2, 3. It's the weekend for me. 1, 2, 3. It's the weekend for me. Yeah. Who doesn't love the weekend? I like it because right at the end, the week starts again. So it's like an endless cycle of just ending and beginning. It's actually it's quite poetic, right? It's sort of like the universe itself. 14 plus billion years ago or whatever, I guess there was a big bang, and then eventually it's all gonna collapse in on itself, and I guess that's like it booms and it bursts, it booms and it bursts, and it gets so big that it there's not enough energy to keep the external forces pushing, or like the internal forces pushing against the edges of the universe, and eventually it's just like, it's like trying to blow up this balloon that the balloon is too big, and then it pops, and then out comes all of the stars and suns and planets and asteroids and the gas giants and all the rocky meteors and whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? The moons, aliens, just all floating around inside of a big old balloon, ready to burst and pop and reburst and inflate. You know what I mean? I guess that's why inflation is always going up, man. It's a hard thing to take a hold of. You got to grab that thing by the throat and beat it the fuck down into a bloody mess. Smash its teeth. Smash its teeth. You got to smash the teeth on the curb. You got to put your boot on the back of its head. You know what I'm talking about. Know what I'm saying. You got to go out there and do it. Yeah. It's all about, that's life, right? That's life. That's life, baby. Sometimes it's like you get a fair suck of the sav, and other times you just get the tip. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the lion's share, and sometimes the lion shares you. What do you think about that one, boys and girls and everything in between, ladies, gentlemen, and friends of all descriptions? I am coming to town like Santa Claus, bitch. Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm staying chill, man. I'm staying chill as a cube of ice. You know, I'm just so chill. I'm chill like an icy pole or a Zupa Duper. Shout out to the GOAT, you know what I mean? Always on the Zoops, baby. It's time to stock up, actually. Why don't they sell the opposite of Zupa Dupers? Like, you know, in the summertime, everybody's loading up on the Zoops. I guess nothing but a freezer full of Zupa Dupers. And, then it comes wintertime and, they just stay there. No one wants to touch them because they're too cold. But what if they sold some type of block that warmed you up? You know what I mean? Maybe you take it, you put it in the microwave, and it's like a hot ice block. You know what I mean? And if you suck on it a bit, and it warms your whole body up, it warms the loins. It's like if your predator was looking at you through his thermal vision, you would be looking like in the middle of winter, you'd be looking like a blue Eiffel 65 type of person with a little window and a blue Corvette, until you suck on this icy hot pole thing like the super duper, and it warms you all up, and suddenly just in Predator's vision all you can see is like just a glowing aura of like pure redness just emanating from your body. You know what I mean? It's like this Predator's singing to himself, am I seeing an angel? Is this an angel? Am I looking at an angel right now? Or maybe, I don't know if he'd think that, or if he would think, oh, me hungry, me want to eat, me predator, me hungry, me eat you, you know? Because they're pretty hungry people. They got the like a double sort of mouth thing happening. It's like mandibles. Yeah, that's what they're called, mandibles. Expandable mandibles. That's a pretty good name for a song, isn't it? Expandable mandibles. Sort of like, sounds like a Paul McCartney song. Temporary secretary. Expandable mandibles. Oh yes, the Predator anthem. Maybe I should write expandable mandibles about my elongated jaw. You know what I mean? How it just snaps apart, like those vampires in Blade 3, or was it Blade 2? I can't remember I think it was Blade 3, right? They had the expandable mandibles. I'm all about the expandable mandibles, man. I think that's my new. I'm the expandable mandibles man. And that's going to be my new call sign. It's going to be the Expandable Mandibles Man Show podcast from here on out, ladies and gentlemen, because I am done with the tiny, tiny mouths. I'm sick to death of not putting shovel fucking fulls of food into my mouth, or like when I'm trying to put a brick in my mouth, it won't go in this little round hole. I'm tired of trying to put square pegs into my round old mouth hole, you know what I mean? So I need to get myself a big old mouth that can put lots of stuff into it and just keep on chewing and spewing and crewing and looking like I'm gonna come through with a moon. And then if you look on the moon, there's a man on the moon with a cow and a dish and a spoon. You know what I mean? At least if you listen to the nursery rhymes, but it gets you thinking, right? Like if they blast off up into the moon, then is the moon... Would that be like... Well, I mean, something... I don't know how the flat earthers reconcile around the moon, but like a flat earth? Like, how does that work? You know what I mean? I mean, it makes sense if the moon was like just a big... like a coin. You know what I mean? Like a big coin. Maybe the moon's just like a big coin, and it's like... it's as above, so below. It's flat up there, it's flat down here, it's flat everywhere, you know what I mean? Just a big old space of flatness where no matter what direction you go in, there's no elevation. No ups, no downs, no spinning around. If you go to town, then you come out with a frown. That's what it's like in Flat Earthsville, Milo world. That's the way that I imagine it when you go driving, like driving over the flat terrains, just nothing but flatness. It's a really, it's not a very, I guess it's an easy way to manage your emotions, right? Go to flat world. There's no ups, there's no downs. It's just, everything's all around, but nothing is round. You know what I mean? Like, so you can see everything's all on the same plane of existence. It's just a flat, straight line, 360 degrees around you if you were to rotate you pull out a spirit level and it's just flat everywhere. But I guess in that type of situation, like, you know, you're not going to get easily excited or moved emotionally because, like, you know, you're not suffering from any type of, you know, there's no variations in the altitude. You're just always on the level, man. You're just always just chilling and spilling, you know what I mean? And looking like Krillin. And that's the thing. That's the thing about being flat, man. Like my equalizer, you got to be flat, baby, especially if you're doing like, you know, trying to listen to a mix through monitor speakers or what have you. You got to make sure that your sound card in your computer isn't accidentally like adding any type of artificial enhancements, which they love to do these days. They've got these like 3D crystal effect or Dolby 7.5 spatial surround sound universal audio Millennium Falcon ×3 high fidelity gold cable that you bought from Walmart for $150. It's 1,000 terabyte per second fucking data transfer limit, you know what I mean? That's the bandwidth, baby. I'm all about the bands and the widths. I don't care about the lengths or the depths because I've got no depth. And how deep can you go anyway, man? Because, like, you know, I'm in my flat world, I'm just remaining shallow, bruh, because there's not a whole lot of holes or like lakes, oceans, craters, none of that stuff, bruh, none of it. So how deep can you go, man? And like, what is depth in the first place? Because like, is a poetry deep? Is something like, you're a man, I'm a woman, so what's the problem? You know, is that deep? Or is it deep to say, man's suffering is beholden to the existence for which he paves himself, you know, stuff like that? Is that deep? Because a lot of people would say that's just pretentious, you know what I mean? It's just pretentious. Everything you're saying don't make no sense, man. You're just talking shit. And so, like, how do you expect me to come and like translate my deep ass thoughts, you know what I mean, and put it into layman's terms that the average person can understand? Because most of the time when I be like writing out my dissertations or I be dictating my word, my prophecy, I have to refer to the Encyclopedia Britannica because that's where I get all my information from. And I know that the average man just does not have access to that because the average man is not always being very proactive. Sometimes they're being reactive. Sometimes they're not even acting at all. Sometimes they're being genuine. Sometimes they just fucking get up, go to work, go home, drink a beer, make dinner, have a shower. You know what I mean? Do a shit. Ride the pony. You know what I'm saying, baby? You got to get out the pantry and clean that bitch. Get out the cobwebs. Take out all the expired jars. Then you have fucking last year's sauce that you've been holding on to. Just throw it out. Buy a new one, man. It's no good anyway. You got the saltless version. Salt reduced sauce. You walk into the supermarket, right, and you see a special on the shelf, a special tag, lowest price ever, and it's in the sauce aisle, and you're just like, what the fuck? You just grab it, man. Tomato sauce, 50% off. Oh yeah. Tomato sauce, 80 cents. Oh yeah. Take it home, man. You scan it, like you go through the self-checkout. Ching, 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 ching. The gate locks you in anyway. It doesn't matter if you got a receipt or you got to call over someone to let you out or whatever. It'd just be like me, climb over the gate or whatever. Rush home with your bottles of sauce. Slam it on down on your snags and bread. Only to find out that when you take a bite, no salt, man. Fucking same thing happened to me just recently, right? I'll have you know that happened to me. It wasn't with sauce though, because I went to the supermarket and I wanted to buy myself some Listerine. Listerine, you know, Listerine for your mouth. Make it nice and fresh, kill the bacteria, yeah. Stop the culture from going inside your mouth and spreading it to other people when you passion, yeah. Try to prohibit the COVID from getting out of my mouth and blowing into other people's nostrils and getting inside their lungs and killing their grandparents, right? Asymptomatically, okay? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to prevent that from happening when I saw on the shelf, Listerine bottle for $5 a pop. And I was like, holy shit, baby, it's the pink one. That's the one I like to use the most. It is the Listerine for me, the Listerine for me, and the Listerine for you. If you want Listerine, then I got the thing for you. You need the pink bottle, you put it in your mouth, You take it down and pass it around. 99 bottles of Listerine on the wall. But I took it home, right? And I was so stoked because I got 3 bottles of that shit, $5 each. I was like, fuck yeah. Usually I buy the 1 liter bottles and it costs $15. But these little bottles are 500 mil. And I thought, fuck yeah, 3 of those is $15. And I'm getting an extra 500 mil, man. That's fucking crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And then I took it home, threw it in the cupboard. Next day, cracked it open. I was like, cool, yeah, let's get some of this in my gullet, mate. And I was fucking yearning for the burn, mate. Call me Herman, because I was yearning for the burning in my mouth and on my teeth and inside my gums. I wanted to rip and tear that bacteria apart. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to de-homogenize the cultures that's growing in between the cracks of my teeth and gums, only to find out that when the pink liquid splashed inside my mouth that it didn't have no alcohol in it. So naturally, I got the unclean feeling in my mouth. Yeah, I just put pink water in my mouth that does nothing. Great stuff, Milo. That's how they be getting you though, man. Am I right? You just don't think. You just look and act. You just don't think. You don't think about a fucking thing. Just constantly going through the fucking motions, moving with the inertia. You've just got so many forces pushing you through life. You're just a helpless victim, unable to take control of anything in your fucking world. Oh, I feel like I lack control. Well, you know, it's just blowing from one day to the next, aimlessly through this life with no goals. All my hopes and dreams are in the past. Like, I just got nothing in front of me. I don't know what the next day has got, you know. Unable to take control, no responsibility, unable to fucking change things for yourself or do the right thing, just living a passive, meager, meek existence where nothing makes sense and everything is against you. Woe is you. You know, you're one of those people. Oh, woe is me. Why me? How come everything that I try to do gets fucked up or turns wrong or blows up in my face? I fucking try to do something good for someone and look what happens. I try to do something nice and fucking look what happens. Why do I even bother? That's what a lot of people are like, you know what I mean? Can you blame them? It's an easy way to be, man. It's just be passive, bro. Just be passive, you know? I guess that's being real chill, man. Like, I thought that I was a real chiller. I thought I was a real vanilla chiller from Gloria Jeans, but it turns out that I'm just a hot coffee. Hot, black, no milk inside of my soul. I don't do that lactose shit, baby. I'm talking about water, ground up beans, strewn, what is it? Steeped, man. Steeped the coffee grounds, bruh. Brewed. I'm all about that black coffee. You got to get the black coffee oil inside of your organs, bruh. It's good for protecting them, and it's good to get the caffeine dosage inside of your brain, be ping-ponging the neurons around inside the chamber of your skull, bruh. You know what I mean? That's how you get those good ideas, those good-ass ideas, man. Good-ass ideas, bruh. You got to give yourself a little bit of turbo injection, a little bit of nitroglycerin, a little bit of nitrous up in the system. So when you get going, baby. Out of there. You just knocked it out of the park. Onward and upward, they say, right? The fast and the furious. Too fast, too furious. You cannot look at me. You cannot see me. I'm gone in 60 seconds, bruh. I'm gone. That's right, you can't catch me. You got to run real fast, man. Or maybe you just got to go back into the past. You've either got to be real fast to catch me, or you got to go into the past. That's what I always say. Be fast or be past. Because you can either try to move at my speed and eat my dust, or you can go back into the past before I've left, and you can just stop me from leaving that way. But good fucking luck, because then you've just opened up the time paradox. Dun, 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 dun. The time paradox doesn't fuck with people, man. Now you've screwed up the entire timeline of fucking history and everything for yourself as well, you know? But I guess that shit goes both ways, you know? If you can go into the past, you can go into the future, it doesn't really matter. But if you do that kind of stuff, you're making a massive risk of causing major waves, major ripples, like a tsunami amongst the butterflies. They call it the butterfly effect, man. So, suddenly you teleport back to the past or whatever, and you accidentally step on a flower, you crush a flower. But little did you know that that flower was a really nice flower, and in the past, a cute girl was going to bend down and look at that flower, and while she was doing that, you were just going to be walking along, and you were going to see her and strike up a conversation, and then you guys were going to get married and have a fantastic future. But see, going back into the past, you step on that flower, you think it's nothing of it, man. It's just an insignificant little thing. Whatever, maybe you could use the flamethrower to torch the son of a bitch because you don't like floral stuff anyway. You don't like all that type of fucking vegetarian type shit, you know what I mean? You just want to cook it all, torch it all, chop it up, put it in a stew. That's what vegans do, right? They chop it up and put it in stews. Plant stew. Put a bit of corn, put a bit of leaves and grass and fucking peas, beans, mushrooms, tomatoes, eggplant, zucchini, cucumber, asparagus, broccoli, motherfucking grapefruit, all that shit. Tangerine, squash, mandarins, orange, citrus, baby, citrus, lemons, limes. I'm talking the zesty stuff, the real deal zest. You gotta peel it back, brah, peel it back and reveal the flesh within. I'm sick of being constrained to this fucking, mortal coil exterior of fucking orange, fruity goodness, zesty fucking peel, man. I want to change it up. I'm tired of it. I want to get out of my skin. I want to bust out. I want to break free. I want to get juiced, bro. I want to get juiced. I want to get thrown into a smoothie. I want to get mixed around with some vanilla bean and maybe a little ice cream and, God knows what else. Some sorbet, ice cubes, bit of banana, That's what life's about, man. It's about variety is the spice of life. Variety is the spice of life. And you know what that means? That means that homogeny is the herbs. So that's why I always say it's always about balance, man. Sometimes you got to get spicy, sometimes you got to get herby, sometimes you got to get all variational, and sometimes you got to get all homosexual. You know what I mean? All fucking homoglycerin or like fucking hemoglobin. You know what I'm saying, man? You just got to hemorrhage all that blood out and just let it fall in the ground because you ain't clotting. You got no clottability. It's you should be been spending your life chasing clout when you should have been chasing clots, you fucking anemic bitch. You know what I mean? Don't get on that blade shit, man. Get on the Dracula stuff. Get on the Dracula stuff, man. That's the real deal. Bram Stoker, fucking go back in time to the 1800s, Transylvania fucking type shit. You know what I mean? Or is that where Dracula was? He hang out in Transylvania with the ghosts, ghouls, and zombies and stuff like that. Werewolves. Twilight, baby. I've never seen Twilight, actually. I've never seen that movie. Do you think that I should watch it? Do you think I should go and learn about hot werewolves and hot vampires? Because that guy, what's his name? The sparkly vampire Patterson. He died off, hey, man. Like, he was big for a while there. He made a name of himself for the Twilight movies, and then haven't heard from him in like fucking 10 years, right? He was in some other stuff, right? He was in some other stuff. I don't know what, but I believe I saw him around here and there. Used to say g'day, have a bit of a wave, sometimes catch him in the hallway or by the water cooler and just a quick g'day. Hey man, how's it been? How's the new movies? Oh yeah, Milo. I'm working on this new script. I'm trying to palm it off to my agent, see if he can pitch it to someone. I didn't really pry for details. I didn't poke and prod and stab and mix and slash and try to like cut it up and knead it or like knead it like dough or I wasn't trying to fucking grind it down or fucking I was just being a regular ass dude, man, just a regular normal person with my head screwed on, like not too tight, not too loose. I don't want to get like locked into my ways and locked down looking just one fucking direction for the rest of my life. And I also don't want to like just have my head spinning around like it's on a fucking turret 360 degrees like a fucking, I don't know, God knows what, some kind of spinning top or what else spins, man, like a fan, like a fucking propeller, or whatever, you know what I mean, or a merry-go-round. That's not what I want to be, man. I'm trying to stay grounded, but not too grounded. Like I don't want to get electrocuted, but I don't want to be conducting. I don't want to be a totally anti-conductor or whatever, an insulator. I don't want to be insulating. It's all about conducting and insulating and keeping the warm in and keeping the cool out, or vice versa, depending on the season. That's why you've got to get the split system, ducted air cooling, and you need pink bats inside of your roof, and you need to get brick walls because they're really good. Make sure that your windows face the the east. So you get the warmth in the morning, and west. So then you get the warmth in the night. You know what I mean? It's all about solar orienteering, solar orientation. Do you even know about solar? It's when the sun gets you charged up, man. It's all about the fucking cellulitis, or what do they call it? Encephalitis, fucking cell. What's that shit that the plants do? They do stuff with their cells, green cells. Green stuff. I'm gonna Google that. Jamie, pull it up. What's the stuff that the chloroform? What do the plants do? They chloro something, man. This is one Google. How do plants eat the sunlight? Eat the sunlight. How do plants eat sunlight? Was it chlorophyll? Yeah. So what is it called though? What's the process called? Photosynthesis. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's all about the photons and the synthesis. Photons are the light particles, and synthesis is when that's when you've got like you generate a frequency, and it could be like a sine wave, a square wave, or like a sawtooth wave. You mix together the modulation, and hey presto, you got a brand new keyboard sound or a lead for your song. You know what I mean? A new melody, or maybe it's just a pad. Maybe it's something to add texture to your mix and just fill in the space in the back, or whatever. You know, if you think that the song sounds a little bit, just missing a little bit of zazz, missing a little bit of atmosphere, missing a little bit of that oomph, that star power, that X power, then you just need to go up to the stars, catch yourself a couple of stars, and then bring them down and put them inside the computer box, and then make sure that you mix the levels on the stars all the way up in the song. Compression, that's what I'm talking about. You got to mix, master, compress, subtract. Subtractive equalization, baby. It's all what I'm about. Oh yeah. Arrange, compose, split systems. I'm back on the air cooler shit, you know what I'm saying? AC, DC type stuff. AC, DC. I was born on a runaway train, and I don't even know my name. Dun, dun. And I've been fucking these women. Yeah, I gotta get it out of my system. Bam, bam, cause I was born on a runaway train. Yeah, I was born on a runaway train. That's a good song that I made up. But on that note, I think it's time that we went to a musical number. You know what I mean? One of those old songs that I like to play. One of those bits and pieces of music that you can only hear inside your ear holes if you listen to the podcast, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Old mate, old boy, old pal, old codger, old geese, mate. World's hardest geezer just ran from top of Africa to the bottom, and then he went all the way around, did a victory lap, and was thinking he's real hard and tough, bruh. But I guess I would too. Now to a song. Now to a musical number. Thank you very much. Take it away.
About
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Yeah. Yeah, so in other recent news, sports. Everyone loves sports. Got to kick the ball, man. You got to bounce the ball. You got to use the bat, and you got to use the glove. You got to punch someone's face. That's what you got to do in the sports. Chase the ball. You got to do things for your team. Build up the points, man. Score them goals. It's all about strategy. You know, if you got 3 in the key, you got 4 on the outside. Don't go offside. You want to get the left wing to defend against the centre mids, and you want the forward to come through with the goalie, and then when they get mixed up with the defence line, then you got a bunch of hucksters and shucksters to come through with the bollards, get them to bowl it down the aisle, make sure they're polishing off the floor, and then hey presto, once you scan up the side of the slope, then you go down the mountain, and then you go over the bridge, and then you go under the rocks, and then you go up in the sky, and you come back down, and then you go low, and then you go high, and you go left, and you go right, and then you go forward and backward, and then you turn around and you spin it, and then you just don't do anything. Then you stop doing stuff, and then you just die. We got to get this team to the finals, man. We've come this far. Already, you know what I'm saying? We're already this fucking far. We cannot let this slip away from us. Not this season, man. We've worked too hard. We've done too much. We've trained. We're working together like crazy, man. You know what I mean? We're just like doing the craziest shit. We've just been working and grinding and getting down on the greens and on the fucking mats and on the fucking hitting the bags and the pads. You know what I'm saying? It's all about grinding out those skills, devising new strategies, and like putting all those things, making them come to a head so that you can press the opposition and push forward, break the defenses, and basically we're just going to fucking steal it from out under their noses, you know what I'm saying? We're going to come home with the cup this season. We need to do it for our fans. We need to do it for our supporters, our friends, our families, for the people at home watching on TV. All right? We can't let these people down. It's been about 100 years. We haven't won. We've come this fucking far. Do not let them down now, or our memberships are going to dip. We're not going to get any sponsors. We're not going to get any money. We're not going to be able to fund our next fucking training session or even enter the league next year. And do you want that? Maybe you do, because I don't see you putting in enough fucking effort. I don't see any effort from you or your fucking stupid ass friend, never showing up to training. When you do, red-eyed, fucking stoned out of your mind, how do you expect to fucking learn anything? We can barely see where the ball is, you silly ass. You know? That's why it's time to fucking pull your head out and knuckle down, man. Get to the brass tacks. You know what I mean? Because we got to fucking pull our heads out and put our head and put them. We got to pull our heads out and put them in the fucking game. Pull our heads out and put our heads in to the game, bruh. And now I think it's time for our regular weekly coveted segment, The Brodie Report.
The Brodie Report.
Yeah, this time Brodie was seen, heard from a little bird that Brodie was in the supermarket. He was walking up and down those aisles looking for something to satisfy that thirst inside, to quench, to wet his lips, you know what I'm saying, to wet that throat, bruh. He's so dry. Brodie's the driest guy. If you ever seen Brodie, he is dry, man. He ain't got no grease, no oil, man. If you put him into like fucking... Yeah, you could put a big sign on top of his head saying free oil, and USA would not invade him because they can fucking see that motherfucker is dry, bruh. So he's walking up and down. Powerade wasn't going to do it. He's on a health kick, you know what I'm saying? He walked past the Coca-Cola. He walked past the beer. He didn't want no Pepsi. He didn't want none of that fucking sugary mess. No Powerade, no Gatorade. Nothing was going to quench his thirst. He needed something herbal, bruh. Something herbal, natural, organic, you know what I mean? So he went walking up and down the aisles and he found some bags of coffee. Ooh. Mate, coffee hits the spot, bruh. It's going to get the caffeine inside his bloodstream. The idea is going to be bouncing around inside of his head. Brodie's big old cranium. Sounds like a fucking empty warehouse in there. Oi, oi, oi. You know what I mean? You throw the fucking tennis ball at the wall. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't have that, could we? We've got to fill that bitch up with caffeine and coffee. So he grabbed a bunch of bags of beans, coffee beans, dark roast grind, you know what I'm saying? And he was on his way out when suddenly he got tugged by the shoulder. And he was like, what the fuck? He tried to push on by. He didn't even bother looking back. He was stuck. What's going on here? Stuck in the fucking supermarket. And with all his might, he tried to push. Something was pulling on his fucking shirt sleeve, mate, and he couldn't have that. He's big old Brodie. Nothing fucking stops big old Brodie. He's the biggest man, right? So fucking he pulled with all his might. He pulled and he's pulled. And then what was it? He was stuck on the fucking shelf, mate. One of those fucking big W like planogram hooks that you keep the products on was stuck right in his shirt. So he fucking wrenched and he pulled. And then suddenly the entire fucking shelf and all of its contents fell on him. Oh! Brodie fell against the coffee on the other side. And just a mountain of tea bags fell on top of his head. Oh shit! It was like the beans from a non-lethal police weapon when they're trying to apprehend someone but they don't want to kill them, right? And it was just tea. He had chamomile on his face. He had oolong on his lips. He had all kinds of fucking English breakfast, Earl Grey up his wazoo, you know what I mean? It was just tea, bag, on his head, on his nuts, on his toes. He couldn't fucking handle it. Oh, I fucking came in for coffee. Didn't expect all these fucking tea bags, did I? I didn't fucking, So it ruined his day. Absolutely fucking ruined his day. Suddenly the staff come running and they're like, what the fuck's happened here, mate? What have you done? And bro's like, oh, fuck, I didn't eat any fucking this day, mate. Come in for a bit of fucking coffee and look what fucking happened. The fucking tea bags all over the fucking floor. And the fucking staff, they would not take it. They were like, man, this cunt is fucked. Suddenly they started picking up bags of tea and they were slamming it on top of his head. Just nothing but tea-ception. The staff were smashing him with the jasmine tea bags, the elderberry tea bags, the Indian tea bags. You know what I mean? It's just nothing but tea bags in his mouth, up his nose. Oh, Brodie had to make a break for it. He suddenly burst out like a Super Saiyan or like the Incredible Hulk, doing all kinds of non-verbal sounds, autistic screeching, and he ran out of there without even paying for his coffee. There was beans, black beans, and there was tea leaves flying behind him. It was a scene like from out of a fucking Bollywood movie, mate. Needless to say, Brodie was too ashamed to ever show his face back again in that fucking supermarket. Went straight back home. Jumped on the computer and thought, fuck, I'm never fucking going back there again. Suddenly his mum poked his head in the door. Hey, Brodie, you got any gossip? She was like, oh, mum, piss off. You fucking already know, don't you? She's like, yeah, heard about all the tea bags. Sucked in, Brodie. He was like, oh, fuck, whatever, mum. Closed his door, and that was it. And that was the last time Brodie ever went shopping for coffee. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so fucking much for joining me on episode number 14 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Yes, we've come to the conclusion of yet another thrilling, exciting, mesmerizing, hypnotizing episode of the Milo Podcast, number 14. Amazing. Ain't that amazing? You know what I mean? I'd just like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Today's episode was brought to you by Blue Chew. So, do you have a soft cock? Can you not get hard? Are you a really shriveled up guy? Then I have the answer for you. Don't take injections. Don't use a penis pump. No more Cialis. All you need to do is go to bluechew.com and type in the code, the Milo Podcast, to receive 100 chewable tablets to get you rock solid and performing again. You lack confidence. You lack the ability. What you need is Blue Chew. And this episode was also brought to you by All Greens. It is the number one nutritional supplement for those who just don't get enough veggies. Do you feel like you lack energy? You don't have enough pizzazz in your step? You're getting tired all the time. You can't focus. You trying to crunch those numbers, but the numbers are crunching you? Then you could go and buy 100 stalks of celery. You could eat 100 kilos of broccoli. You might want to drench yourself in the blood of 1,000 tomatoes. But a lot of that's messy and time consuming, and not to mention it's expensive. So what you need to do is get yourself some AG1. It is the green soluble powder. Just put it in your water cup and slam it down fast. Your shit will turn green, your teeth will turn green, and your eyes will turn green with envy because you are jealous that everyone else knew about this shit before you did. All you needed to do was go to the website and type in the Milo Podcast at the checkout to receive 55,000 bags of AG1. And you didn't know it. So I'm here to tell you a secret. you can still go do that right now. So jump on at the checkout, Milo Podcast. Get yourself some greens. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.